We're gonna start that again now. Bearded Monkey World! Bearded Monkey World! Bearded Monkey World! Woo, 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 woo! Excellent!
Oh,
Party on, Stache!
I'm Lance, it's Kyle, we got the Jackson Man and Stache here at the Bearded Monkey. Merry Christmas, everybody. How's it going, hoser?
Hey, hoser, how's it going?
Going pretty good, man.
Somehow we wound up with the Tommy Chong of the bike industry here.
Yeah, man.
And we got our most excellent south of the border beer.
Pretty tasty, man.
The old Rainier beer.
Mine's been kicked in.
That's
Bummer, dude.
Like, shorted, I think, is what I've been.
so you have less in your can.
Obviously.
Yeah.
Through the short straw, man.
My poor can.
That is unfortunate. So
So sad, really.
it's once again unrideable out on the trails, and with the snowy conditions, we're supposed to get freezing rain later today.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, we are.
Does that beer taste good? Are you dumping it over your lap? Or?
No, it's good. See, it's
Yeah.
dented.
Yeah.
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 Sorry, right.
Right.
Sorry.
These are open.
Yes, of course. So sorry. Get distracted by the...
So cold they just froze in the can, man.
It is. I guess it's been 0 degrees outside.
Yeah. It's like an ice rink outside, actually.
It's not as bad as I thought it was going to be after it started raining last night.
Well, but it's still cold outside.
It is still cold outside. It's supposed to generally warm up throughout the day.
It's 32 degrees outside.
Oh, it's above freezing.
So
That's
it
freezing.
is freezing. It is not above freezing.
Yeah, it's at freezing. It's supposed to warm up to 40 degrees by the end of this morning.
Yeah.
Tonight to tomorrow morning.
Tomorrow morning.
Yeah. And
Whatever.
and then it will be warmer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I see Staches. Excited.
It's coming over, man. All right.
Oh, man.
So now that we ditched that dog, I'm gonna get my lap back. But yeah, really nothing to speak of here, other than it's the end of 2022. We're heading into 2023 here. Means all the computers are gonna have to roll their dates over, and that's a huge pain in the ass, right? To have to reset the date on all your computers.
Y2K, man.
The world's gonna end. Nostradamus said.
This is it. You got any New Year's resolutions next year? Not drinking anymore or any less, man.
How's your pork chop in a can diet been going there, Jackson man?
Been going great, man.
Yeah?
Feeling wonderful.
Yeah.
Just excellent.
Pork chop in a can.
Pork chop in a can.
Sounds so good.
How's your pork chop in a can diet going there, Kyle, man?
It's great.
It's
good.
determined to make you fat and give you diarrhea.
Well, duh.
Yeah.
Sounds like a good time, man.
So yeah, resolutions for next year. I don't personally have any resolutions for next year.
I'd say my New Year is resolved already.
It's resolved.
Yeah.
Getting on it early,
So I
man.
resolved everything already.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What things did you resolve?
Well, I got a new bike again.
Excellent.
Right. So I'm set for that for the next 6 months.
So absolutely no way that you buy another new bike in
There's
the next 6 months.
absolutely pretty good odds I won't buy another bike in the next 6 months.
Okay.
Yeah. Probably.
Okay.
Just live, man.
Unless
You know, if there's a new bike,
something
you
else
choose
comes
one,
out that's
man.
cool, then I might have to look at it at least.
Yeah.
Just
Right.
a look, man.
Yeah.
So I did get a new frame as well, so I'm 2M set for the
You
next.
too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm falling behind here, man.
Yeah.
Feeling left
Imagine
out.
having the oldest bike in the shop.
Yeah, you have hit that 6-month window.
Right.
Having just gotten your new bike at the 4th of July, now you are the old timer
Right.
of the bunch.
The antiquated.
Yeah.
Get behind, man.
It's really unfortunate because when you bought your bike, it was a nice custom build and it was really top of the line and we'll call it cutting edge for the time.
Yeah.
And now it's antiquated and slow.
It is actually slow.
Like my VW camper, man.
Yeah, but you're not sleeping in your bike.
Right. You're sleeping on your bike,
Yeah.
actually.
Just
So
gotta
slow.
take a little snooze, man.
That's how I feel when I ride with you, like you're taking a snooze, man. It's, I mean, if maybe you could spice it up a little, kick it up a notch.
Try a little harder.
Yeah, oh, try.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, man.
Just try.
yeah.
You tried doing anything about that, man?
Actually, yeah, I set up the old trainer in the garage.
Yeah, how's that going?
Not well.
No?
Yeah, it turns out riding a trainer just as I remembered it is the most miserable experience in the world.
How many minutes did you get on your trainer so far?
43.
43. All right.
Yeah.
More than I got, man.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Right.
It's I've actually ridden laps around the store and gotten more time and mileage around the store than I have been able to put in on the trainer.
Right.
Yeah.
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 I opened up a Zwift account, but that requires
Paid for
me.
that?
Yeah. No, I'm still on my 14-day free trial,
Oh,
but
perfect,
I'm
perfect.
right on that border of needing to cancel the subscription so that it doesn't charge me.
That's good.
But I just don't like the idea of bringing the trainer into the house and setting it up
Yeah.
in the middle of the room and then having to either take it down
Or ride it.
or ride it.
Or actually ride
Cuts
it.
into my jam space, man.
Yeah, so you've been playing a lot of guitar lately.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, how's that been going for you?
Going pretty good, man.
It's not
This
going
is
good.
the bike shop.
No stairway. Denied.
Well, we're just talking here. We're just
Yeah,
talking.
but like, this is the bike shop.
It's the bike shop, man.
Just saying.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
You got Christmas happened, right?
Christmas did happen.
And
Sure
you got
did, man.
something in Christmas?
I did get something bike related for Christmas.
Did you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got a new Reverb electronic axis dropper post. And boy, let me tell you, if you don't have your posture right when you let that thing come up, it comes up with the ferocity.
Reminds you?
And I've got that Brooks saddle on it, and it does have that nice hand-hammered rivet right on the nose of the saddle, and
Uh-huh.
that'll touch off on your package.
You're gonna get hit in the balls.
Well,
Nicely.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
in the bloodline, man.
You're already here.
Yeah. You've been created.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can't ride your bike because I'm it, man.
You're it. You're it.
Ending the blood.
True story. You are the last of the bloodline
Yeah.
of the Reese name. Period. There are no other male heirs to the name. So, if you don't have kids, you're it.
So carry that with you.
Yeah.
As you go through life, you're it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
You can either
I'm
let
it,
Reese
man.
die or send it on.
Send it, man.
No.
Might.
I carried that pressure with you as an infant about how to protect you and teach you to survive in this cruel world, knowing that you would be burdened with having to carry on the
to
bloodline.
protect the
So,
legacy. If you
Sure am a burden, man.
Yeah, couldn't let you get eaten by saber-toothed tigers. Maybe
Pizzly bears.
Pizzly
Pizzly
bears.
bears,
Yeah,
I
and so we were watching earlier
Uh-huh.
about crossbred species and about the infamous Pizzly bear.
Pizzly.
Pizzly,
I
yeah.
really like that
That's a
word.
cross in between a polar bear and a grizzly bear.
Yeah.
And apparently there was this lady polar bear up by Juneau, Alaska.
Pizzly bear.
And she was not into other polar bears. She was into some grizzlies. And so she couldn't decide on which grizzly she liked better. There was two of them.
Yep.
And she had several children between those two grizzlies, making her 8 Pizzly offsprings.
Pizzly Osprey.
Yeah.
Man, you know why them grizzly bears were up in the Arctic? It's global warming, man. Getting warmer. Grizzly bears going up.
Look,
The corporations, man. Big
it's
oil.
0 degrees outside over the weekend. It's still freezing now. Normally our temperature in December, we average a high of 38, and this year it was a high of 24. Don't pull that global warming garbage on
They're
me.
fooling us, man. Playing the
Nah.
long con.
Everybody knows the CIA is planning the idea of global warming into everybody's brains. It's to mind control them.
Yeah, mind control.
Yeah.
It's mind control. What about you, Jackson?
What about me, man?
What did you get for Christmas?
What did I get from Christmas, man? Well, I was gonna get these cool pedals, but someone took them for his bike. Cause I started riding clips, man.
Oh yeah, you're clipped in now, aren't you?
I sure am, man. So,
I have to
or
say
I guess
that
I did get the Garmin.
First
There it is.
ride with you on the clip-in pedals was so much fun.
Only fell over once, man.
Yeah, but it was more the belly aching, like when you were 8 years old and you couldn't stop. I don't trust my brakes, I can't stop. And then you get in the clip-in pedals. I can't unclip, I can't stop, I'm gonna fall over.
I was pretty good at unclipping. The clipping in was the hard part, man. You told me not to put the spacers in, man.
I think you tried to unclip for half of Radio Flyer. And we just kept going. And there was a reason you needed to unclip, like something had gone wrong.
Got this
Not
huge,
that wrong.
like,
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
long piece of sagebrush in the front wheel, man.
And just, and it's like, just stop and we'll pull that out. Just stop
Couldn't
and
stop, man.
Just stop. Try. Please stop. Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, you got a new Garmin GPS. So I had a Garmin GPS, and it was a fantastic device. Had it for about 12 years, and I wasn't using it because I've progressed to the point where I no longer need to keep track of my statistics.
Right. You just know them now.
Yeah, well, they're
Right.
just they're unimportant at this point. Mainly because I'm fat and slow.
Right.
And so there's I had an accident, and I don't know how it happened. It's
Couldn't tell you. Overnight, really.
so so I had an accident. I'm not fast anymore, and so I stopped using the GPS because I didn't need to see how slow I was. So when Jackson started riding, gave him the GPS. And so he could start tracking his stats. Well, we go for a ride one day, and I go like, "Hey, where's the Garmin at?" And he's like, "Oh, I don't know. I think it's in the truck." And so I was like, "Well, go find it." And he spends like an hour searching for the GPS, and he can't find it. "Oh, maybe it's in the other truck." And so he spends an hour searching in that truck. Nope. And I was like, "Did you lose it?" Maybe I lost it." And like, "Oh, okay." And I was really mad. Well, maybe I lost it last time we rode like a week ago. And you're just saying something now. Well, the longer we get away from the incident, the more it turns out he knew within a minute of leaving the parking lot at Rocky Top that he'd lost the GPS, left it on the side rail of the truck, but thought I would be mad if we had to turn around. And he was driving, so it's not even like he had to tell me. All he had to do was put on the brakes, turn around, and go back and get my GPS. Nope, he decides, he'll probably get mad if I slow down, so we're just gonna ride this one out.
Live and let live, man.
And
Probably watched it bounce off in the rearview mirror. Like,
So,
I
yeah.
probably saw it.
Nah, man.
so, I mean, better the wrath of tomorrow than the wrath of today, but I really appreciate in hindsight how much time he spent searching for this thing.
It really
When he
put the
knew
effort in.
goddamn well that he'd lost it weeks earlier, and still he went through the charade of looking for this.
I can find this. I know I can
If you
find this.
just believe hard enough, man, you can do anything.
So he gets a new GPS for Christmas now, and so that's where we're at.
Where we're at, man.
Now it's got it is the new Garmin, so it's got some new statistics. It's got the mountain bike dynamics, they call it, And
Which is cool.
Yeah, which is super, super cool for most people. But one of the things it tracks is your jump dynamics. So how many times you jump during the ride, how long your jumps are, and how much hang time you have. And all of those numbers for you are going to be zero. So, I mean, it's great that it's on there.
Just make me feel bad about myself, man.
Well, you should.
It's good to get it above 0 would be the goal, right? Get 2 seconds.
Yeah, imagine when you have 1 on something.
Ooh.
Yeah,
One.
and then, when you look at the time that's elapsed for your jump of the thousandths of seconds, over an extended period of time, it's thousands of seconds that you're in the air.
Jumping would be easier if I didn't have to deal with the degradation of the tire compound, man.
Yeah, that's on landing. That has
that's
nothing to do with the jumping.
Nothing to do with going through the air.
Yeah.
You know, if you think about it, landing your bike and going through the air are so similar, but at the same time, they're so different, Kyle, man.
Are they?
They really are, Kyle, man.
Tell me about how different.
I think
And
you
yet
should
similar.
tell us, man.
They are. in
They
fact.
are, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you have other dynamic things you get to
We sure do, man.
test as well, right?
Well, yeah. So there's the grit of a trail,
Right.
which the grit of the trails sounds like it should just be kind of a static grade for anybody that rides that trail. Should
Right.
get a similar grit. Talking about how steep it is, how
Hopefully.
the descent is, angle of the corners. So provided everybody's relatively light riding the same trail, that should give you a kind of a new barometer for trail difficulty,
Right.
I'd say. But then it has flow, and that talks about how consistent you are,
How well you carry speed through your corners, man.
and how well do you carry speed through your corners.
Probably not very well, man.
We're gonna find that out.
We
Yeah,
are.
just as soon as this snow melts off.
Someday it will melt off.
Someday, man. Always dreaming.
Now you could have hooked the GPS up to your bike and done some parking lot laps and figured out the difficulty of
Yeah.
the Strava segment that's in the parking lot here. I would hope that it was ranked out as a green segment, but
I don't know if it will. We have some ups and downs in our parking lot.
do you think extensive enough to?
Have you been down in the lower part of the parking lot?
The
The braking bumps down there are large.
nicest parking lot in town.
That is the rumor.
Yeah,
Fucking
that's going around.
yeah, I have it on good authority.
Yeah,
That nicest parking lot in town. So
I have heard that.
yeah, and you do get 4 radiused turns, one in
Yeah.
each corner.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that should add to the difficulty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure does, man.
Yeah.
The snow, however, should add the most difficulty.
Yeah. I don't think there is a ranking on that GPS for snow.
It should have something.
It should, like temperature involvement in it should impact your flow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How long until you take a soil sample and have to like deposit it into the Garmin so it can tell you if it's going to be a
Probably
good day
in the
or
works
a
already,
bad day.
man.
Yeah. Traction analysis.
Right.
Of the surface. Yeah, we'll just have like a Garmin rovers that you put out on the trail, and they'll collect soil samples
Oh,
and
yeah.
wind and,
Yeah, you could just
and
do a
all
little
those things.
Garmin rover.
You know, it would be a curious experiment. I guess they could call the rover that the Curious Rover. No, that's not quite right.
That's
Maybe
a terrible name for a rover.
Curiosity Rover, because it's curious what your trail conditions would be. Yeah.
That's-
So the new Garmin
Go with
Curiosity Rover.
Yeah.
To get out on the trails and yeah.
I think that'd be a terrible name for a rover.
What would you name your rover?
Not Curiosity.
What would you name your dog if it was going to rove on the trails?
Stache, man.
Yeah, we could
Yeah,
just have
man.
Stache do it.
So Stache got a bath this weekend.
He did.
It is.
He's soft.
He's very soft.
He's so
and
soft.
It's very pleasant. He hates taking baths,
does.
but he did a really good job with it. And we were getting him all dried off, and realized that the towel that we used to dry him off with had been soiled. And
What soiled that towel?
I believe a cat.
Ah.
I believe there was a cat that decided 0 degrees was too cold to go outside in, and so they found a towel that I was going to dry the dog off with and expressed their displeasure.
So what did Stache get after that?
So he got another bath.
Oh, two-bath weekend.
2 baths. So he's very clean. He's very soft.
It's
And
very soft.
combed out any clumpies that he had on behind his ears, on his butt, and he did a good job on that. But we're very happy to have a nice, clean-smelling dog.
Soft dog.
Yeah.
It's very soft. He looks pretty happy too.
Been having a pretty good weekend, man.
Yeah, he's got to eat a lot of prime rib.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's.
Living
likes that.
good, man.
Hi. Whoa, hey, whoa.
Getting them all riled up.
Ah, well, you know, it's easy to do when he's sitting on laps.
Yeah. So Kyle, your newest bike, it's an e-bike.
It is. Yeah.
And is that because you're a giant wuss now and can't climb up hills?
Yes.
Getting old, man.
Yeah.
Yes. I actually got a T-shirt for Christmas that said "Never underestimate an old guy on a bicycle." I think that's pretty clever
Because you have a motor.
because I have a motor
Oh.
Mainly.
And you're old enough to be able to afford an e-bike.
and I'm old.
Yeah. Well.
Right.
Yeah.
So.
You're older than Jackson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just a little bit, man.
Yeah.
I'm
And
getting
Jackson is really
there.
the generation that's riding bikes right now.
Is it?
I don't know. Everybody seems to be 8 years old riding bikes.
Huh.
So. All the big names. Anyway.
I don't know, like anyone in my school that rides, man.
Yeah. I only know the people that I ride with. So.
Right.
Uh,
They're not 8.
I've got my riding homies from back in the day, and then I got you guys,
Yeah.
and then I got people that show up to eat food that I grill on Wednesday nights when
It
we
is
ride.
awfully nice of them to show up.
Yeah, they do such a good job showing
showing
up. And they all form a circle around the grill, and like steal tater tots before they're all the way
Have you
cooked.
tried the not cooked tater tots though? They're delicious.
Well, I get
Delicious.
it.
They're delicious.
I get whether they're delicious or not, that you've been working all day and then you've been riding your bike and then you've got to stand at the trailhead
Yeah.
and wait for the grill to heat up, and then you see those tater tots and you're like, just give me a tater tot.
Right.
And so I see why people do it. It's not the optimal experience.
Yeah, but when they get just a little bit crispy, but they're still just a little cool.
They're still a little bit frozen on the inside.
Perfect.
Add some crunch, man.
They're so good.
I've experimented with how to speed up that process, like cooking the tater tots in the oven beforehand and then
Right.
just crisping them on the grill. Which, I mean, there's validity to doing that, just like cooking whatever meat entree.
What would you like to drink, Kowalski? Meat! Get him a glass of meat, will you, Stimpy?
Because we are meat eaters.
Yeah, I heard about that.
That we're meat eaters?
Yeah.
Or that there's an evil plot to get us to not be meat eaters?
Well, I heard that there might be a meatless Mondays.
Yeah. So there was this rumor going around starting meatless Mondays.
Right.
And it's not a sex thing. It definitely refers to a dietary restriction on Mondays.
So you would just have like bacon?
I think when I looked at the little pyramid of things that aren't meat, bacon was one of the little squares. So you
Right, because
had
bacon is its own category.
vegetables, sugars, and bacon.
Yep, and crackers.
And
And
crackers.
cheese.
Cheese has taken over the dairy.
Let's see.
Yeah.
Yeah.